everyone, and welcome back again to my channel. My name is Gloria and I live here in the province of Ontario, Canada. And if you're a new subscriber, I want to say welcome and thank you. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always watching my videos. Guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the express entry here in Canada as a means of immigrating to this country. So if you haven't heard anything about it, you don't even know what it is, well, this video is for you. And if you haven't yet already subscribed to my channel, you might as well just go ahead right now. Hit that red subscribe button and stick around. Don't go anywhere because I'm going to be starting right now. Welcome back. So many people have reached out to me on my TikTok, on Instagram, via email, and they've asked me, Gloria, I would like to immigrate to Canada with my family. Some people have reached out to me saying, Gloria, I'm a single person and I want to immigrate to Canada. What's the fastest way? And I've told them that the express entry, it would be your best bet if you're looking to immigrate outside of Canada. Now, you're wondering, what is express entry? In a layman's term, the express entry is a points-based system that invites skilled workers, not unskilled workers, but skilled workers to immigrate from other countries to become permanent residents here in Canada. And it ranks you on, or it assesses you on different factors like your age, your education, your work experience, and again, your English test and other factors as well. So in this video today, what you're going to get out of this is, after explaining what the express entry is, I'm going to take you through a series of detailed videos. And these videos is just based off on the Government of Canada website, which is this one here. It will tell you everything you know about immigration to Canada under the Express Entry program. But one thing I want to tell you guys today is the Express Entry is not the only program that you can immigrate to Canada. You can also come through the provincial nomination programs. You can also come to Canada under a spousal program. So if you have a spouse who is here in Canada, they can also apply for you to become permanent residents here in this country, Canada. So without further ado, guys, I want to really explain this really quickly because I don't want to forget this. There is a points-based number of 100 points. You need to score at least 67, and I'm going to break it down what these are. So number one, your English language will give you like 28 points, guys. You want to make sure that your IELTS, because you're outside of Canada, you want to make sure that you score a very, very good grade on your IELTS exam, because it scores you 28. Is actually the highest of all the points. The next one is your education. You get 25 points for your education. So if you've done your bachelor's, or you have a master's degree or a PhD, whatever it is, at least you need to score at least 25 points, because that's what the point is. Now, your work experience. So for work done, maybe you've worked for like 6 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 or 15 or more, you get at least 15 points for your work experience. Now, this is very important, your age. You get 12 points for age. Please note that if you're at the age of 35, you start to lose points, and when you get to 47 years of age, you get 0 points. Now, for arranged employment, so let's say an employer here in Canada gives you a job under a LMIA, which is a labor market impact assessment, you get at least 10 points. But if you don't have like arranged employment here in Canada, you don't get any point. The last is that adaptability here in Canada. So if you have a family here in Canada, it gives you at least 10 points. So if you add up all of this, it's 100 points. You need to at least get at least 67 out of these 100 points or more to qualify to be in the Express Entry program. So let us talk about how to know if you're eligible to be in the Express Entry program. Let's watch this. So guys, I did a Google search and I typed in, do you want to come to Canada as a skilled immigrant? And it will be under the Government of Canada website. So, do you want to live permanently in Canada and work in a skilled job? You answer a few questions to find out if you're able to apply under Express Entry. It will take you about 10 to 15 minutes to fill this form. So get ready, guys. You're going to do it together. You're going to be asked questions about, one, your nationality, that is where you're from, your age, your language ability, your family members, education, work experience, and details of any job offer So if you have a job offer here in Canada, it would ask you that question. And based on your answers, the system will tell you what programs you're eligible for. Please be as accurate as you can. And it also says that if you are eligible for express entry, guys, know this, we will give you a detailed list of instructions on what to do next. This would include filling out an online profile. You don't need an agent to help you with this. Trust me. Now I'm going to scroll all the way down to kind of get to the part where we find out if we are eligible to apply under express entry. I hope you're ready because I am ready. Let's do it. Okay, my system is a little bit slow. So now the first question says, what province or territory do you plan to leave? I'm going to choose here. There's different options. I'm going to choose Ontario because I love Ontario, okay? And then I'm going to hit next. You can choose any other province you want after making your research. Now, this is asking you questions about your English and or French tests. So let's click on the drop-down menu on here. So there's IELTS, there's CELPIP, there's that. I'm going to click CELPIP. No, let's just do IELTS. Let me assume I'm applying from Nigeria or any African country, okay? But there's different options on there. But for you outside of Canada, it will be IELTS. I think I'm using CELPIP maybe. Yep. Okay, let me see. Let's just put a date because it's requesting for a date when the exam was done. You click on whatever date you did yours. I'm just going to click on a random one here. But guys, yours will be IELTS, okay? And if you have had your exam, you need to put that date there. All right, let's hit next and go to the next. So enter the test score for speaking. I'm going to put the score. I'm going to put my score for listening. And I'm going to put my score for reading. And I'm going to put my score for writing. This is not the correct information, but guys, you will put yours on here, okay? Now hit next. He said, do you have any other language results? So if you have taken, maybe you did IELTS English and you did French, so you can put one, but I didn't do any one. So I'm going to hit none and hit next. Okay. Let's do that. So in the last 3 years, how many years of skilled work experience do you have in Canada? So if you are from outside of Canada, you probably will say no here because you probably haven't had any work experience in this country. But if you have, then you have to click whatever the answer is. So for me, I'm just going to assume I'm applying from Africa and I'm just going to put something there. It says during this period, which knock, I'm going to just say whatever it is. If you don't have any Canadian work experience, just click none. So again, if you don't have any experience working in Canada, just click on it. So let's just make just say something on here. I'm just gonna lie on here, guys, just to keep this moving. But you can choose yours on here. I'm just gonna say yes, I have work experience in Canada, and it was for 1 year or more period of time. So let's hit next. So my result is that based on the answers, I appear to be eligible for express entry. Guys, what was your own answer? You don't need to tell me. Let's talk about that later. But here it tells you what the next step are for you to complete this, okay? I hope this makes sense to everybody. We're going to be talking more about the other things that has to do with the express entry in just a bit. Thank you. I'm sure you can now tell if you're eligible. Yes? Okay. Now, you must have seen something about the CRS or the CRS ranking too. This is the first thing that you need to do before you even think about, okay, let me see if I'm okay to be in the express entry program at all. Now, the CRS ranking too is what I'm going to be talking about next. So stick around and don't go anywhere. Let's watch this. So I did a Google search. Again, the Government of Canada website. You would just type in Comprehensive Ranking System, so CRS2 for skilled immigrants under the express entry. There is a little bit of disclaimer on here, guys. You can actually read that on your own. But again, the tool will help you to calculate your score based on the answers that you provide below. Again, it is a point-based system that is used to access and score your profile and rank it in the express entry pool. Access based on your skills, education, language ability, work experience, and other factors. So the only time you can use this tool is if you are one, eligible for at least one express entry program, and you have not filled out an express entry profile, but you want to see what your score might be if you do. Okay, so this is the first and most important information for you guys, but you can forget about the second one. But let us start answering those questions. I am going to lie on this because I'm assuming that I'm one of you guys, okay? So my marital status, I am single. All right, don't ask me any questions. How old are you? Please don't know that it's not good to ask any lady what her age is. I'm going to tell you my age here. Take it or leave it. So 30 years. What is your level of education? So please let us be very careful about the questions. Make sure we read it very well. So if you've earned a Canadian degree or diploma, you can put that there. Me, I'm going to click on the drop down menu and show you guys what the different options are. Okay, you can read this at your own leisure. You can pause and read. So these are the options. So none or less than secondary school. So high school, if you have high school graduation, 1-year program, 2-year program, bachelor's, 2 or 3, 2 or more certificates, masters, PhD. Me, I know which PhD or masters. I'm going to click on the one that my highest education is. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So mine will be the bachelor's degree, which is a 3 or more year program at a university or college. Sorry about all of that. I'm having so many notifications. Sorry, guys. It's a busy Saturday. So just let's gonna click on this, but you can choose whatever options you have. So the next question says, have you earned a Canadian degree, diploma, or certificate? So to answer yes, you must look at this bullet point and make your own response. Okay. As you can see that on there. So Gloria, go ahead and answer the question. What is my response on here? I'm going to say no because I'm from Africa. Okay. All right. So you can always go back and check your answers. Now, are your test results less than 2 years old? So your English test, so the next question is based on your English test. So I'm going to say yes. Which language test did you take for your first language? I'm going to say IELTS, again, because I'm applying from outside of Canada. So my speaking, I'm going to put my results. My listening, I'm going to put it there. Don't ask me if this is accurate, but because again, guys, this is just to show you guys everything you need to know when doing your own, okay? It would help you a lot. All right. Now that I've done that, the next one says, do you have any other language results? If so, which language test did you take for a second official language? Again, your test result must be less than 2 years. I'm going to say not applicable. Work experience, it says in the last 10 years. Sorry, guys. I am so busy with people calling me today. In the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience in Canada do you have? I'm going to say, so again, it has to be under the NOC O, A, and B. And I've talked about this in my previous video. You can go and see that video and watch it. If you're not sure, you can click on the link there to find your NOC. So for me, I'm going to say that mine is the NOC skill type B. Okay. I'm just going to click on something. It's not the right thing, but you can click on that, whatever it is. And if you have done more than 5 years or whatever, you can click how many years. For me, I'm just going to assume it's 5 or more years, okay? Because again, the question says how many years, okay? You can find that information there. Now, the next one says, in the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skilled work experience do you have? Again, it must be in a NOC A or B. Mine is going to be 3 years or more. You can choose any of these options on the drop down. Do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province, territory, or federal body? So a nomination from maybe one of the province here in Canada, if you don't have, just say no. If you have, you can say yes. It gives you additional points. But for me, I'm just going to say no, I don't have it. Okay. Now, this one is going to give you additional points. It says, do you have a valid job offer supported by LMIA, which is a labor market impact assessment? So a valid job offer is going to be a full-time, it's in a skilled type O, A, or B, and supported by an LMIA. So it's something that the employer here in Canada will give you. So guys, if you did not go to the job bank and you did not get a letter of employment from an employer here in Canada, your answer on this one is going to be 0 or none. Okay, let's scroll down. I'm sorry about the notifications, guys. I couldn't help it. So I'm going to just say no to answer this. You can choose any answer again. You can go back to read the question, but I'm just going to say no. Okay. Do you have a nomination certificate from a province or territory? Again, I'm going to say no. Do you or your spouse or common law partner, if they will come with you to Canada, have at least a brother or a sister living in Canada who is a citizen or a permanent resident? So your brother or sister or relative must be 18 years of age, related to you or your partner by blood, marriage, common law partnership, or adoption, have a parent in common with you or your partner. If you don't have any of these, guys, please just be honest and say no. Now, I'm going to calculate my score. It's going to tell me what my result is. Yours will be different from mine, okay? So you can, we're going to see what my result is or what my score is based on the answer that I gave the system. So if you read all of this, guys, it tells you how those points are being broken down, okay? So you can see, you get additional points if you have a nomination. So 600. So for me, my score is 385. What was your score? We'll talk about that later, okay? Thank you, guys. I hope that CRS Ranking 2 gives you at least an idea of what you should expect. Yeah? If so, now let us talk about the next thing, which is an ECA. You now studied abroad, but you don't know how to evaluate your credentials. Let us talk a little bit about the ECA. Let's watch. So again, guys, I went into the Government of Canada website and I just typed in Educational Credential Assessment, ECA for Express Entry, what it is. Again, you can see on here, if you can read this, it's just used to verify your foreign degree, diploma or certificate or other proof of your credential, and they want to ensure that it's valid and equal to a Canadian one. And again, there are different types of ECAs you need to get for immigration purposes. We're going to talk more about all of this in this particular slide, okay? You must always include your ECA report and the reference number in your Express Entry profile. We're going to go over this very shortly, but again, I don't know why I keep on saying again. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to stop doing that. Let us see who needs one. Sorry. Just a bad habit. So if you completed your education outside Canada, you need an assessment to 1, be eligible as a principal applicant for an FSW, which is the Federal Skilled Worker Program, or to earn points for education you got outside of Canada. Either of this would work. You can also earn points for your spouse or common law partner's education if they are going to come along with you to Canada. To earn points, your report must show that you completed your foreign credential and it is also equal to a Canadian one equivalent, all right? And ECA will talk more about this. Here tells you which credentials needs to get access. So for example, if you have a master's degree, you only need an assessment for that degree. If you did bachelor's, you only need an assessment for that degree. If you want to get points for having 2 or more credentials, you need to have an assessment for each of them separately in order to get full point. Can you read that on there? So that's what it is. If you do not go to university and you want to get your secondary education assessed, it tells you what to do here. So let us see how we can get an ECA. So click on this link here, how to get one. So on here, it says that you must get your assessment from an organization or a professional body that is designated by IRCC. They will issue you a report and tells you that your education is 1, equivalent to a Canadian standard. Now we're going to see what organizations you can access your education from. The one that most people use is World Education Services, but there are a number of different organizations on here. You can choose which one you want, but it's World Education Services that most people that I know use. I used World Educational Services, okay? Now, for those who are like professionals, so I've heard people have asked me about, okay, Gloria, I'm a medical doctor and things like that, a pharmacist. You can also look at this particular slide here to tell you how you can get your license or whatever it is accessed, okay? For pharmacists, for example, if you need a license to practice, the Pharmacy Examining Board of Canada must do your assessment, and it tells you what you need to know. If you also need a license, if you're caring for patients in like a community pharmacy, hospital, long-term care, you also need to ensure that you have that accessed by a regulatory body. You can click the link there to find out the regulatory body in the province where you decide to want to live. Now, what your report means, let's click on that. Your report will show that your foreign credential is valid and equal to a Canadian, either a Canadian secondary school or a post-secondary school credential. If it does not, it says you must include the result and the reference number in your express entry profile. So guys, you can see what it says on here. If your report shows that your credential is not, it will tell you and you cannot use it, all right? Now, let's gonna talk a little bit about this tool. I hope that made sense. If you have a particular question about the ECA, please let me know in the comment section. Now we're going to be talking about the proof of funds, because many people have wondered, how much do I need to have to be in the Express Entry program? Anyways, let's watch. This is the proof of funds for skilled immigrants under the Express Entry, and you will find this on the Government of Canada website. So there's information about who needs this, but let us go straight to the one that concerns you guys. So the amount of money you need to support your family depends on the size of your family. To calculate the size of your family, you must include yourself, your spouse or partner, your dependent children, and your spouse dependent children. You must always include them, even if they're not going to travel with you. So for example, you have your spouse here in Canada and they're bringing you from Nigeria or Africa, you need to include what they have in their bank account. Now, let us break this down, showing the minimum amount you need to immigrate to Canada. If you do have more, you have to include that in your profile or your application forms, okay? If you have one family member, so a single person, $13,213, two, $16,449, three, $22,22, four, $24,553, five, $27,847, six, $31,407, seven, $34,967. So if you have like additional families after seven, my goodness, you're going to pay $3,560 for every additional family member. So the more the merrier, I guess. Now, what do they accept as proof? So you need to have show that you have enough money. You cannot borrow this money from another person. You cannot, you must be able to use the money to pay the cost of your living here in Canada for you and your family member. The funds must be available when you apply and when you are issued a permanent resident visa. So you cannot just put money into the account and pull it out before you come here. No, they need to see that money in your account, because you need to prove to an immigration officer that you can legally access the money when you arrive here in Canada. For proof, it says that you must get official letters from any bank where you're keeping your money. The letter has to be on a financial letterhead. It must include the contact information of that institution. It has to include your name. It also has to list all the outstanding debt you have, so your credit card, debit, and loans. It must also include your current bank and investment account. The account numbers must show your date the account was opened, the current balance on each account, and the average balance that has been in the account for the last 6 months. Guys, these people are not joking. You have to take this very, very seriously. It is very, very important information. Please pause and always go back and rewind, okay? Updates to fund requirements, it tells you on here. You can click on the link. You first of all research where you want to live, the cost of where you want to live and settle here in Canada. Again, this I must say again on this one, it says bring as much money as you can. So When people keep on asking me how much, Gloria, it says it on here. You can see it, oh, it's not me. Okay, and if you're bringing more than 10,000 Canadian dollars when you're traveling to Canada, it's not allowed to, they might seize it. Be careful of that. What document can you show? You can also prove that with stocks, bonds, debentures, treasury bills, and also documents that guarantee payment of a set amount. Now that you've seen everything about the express entry, do you have a particular question for me? If you do, let me know in the comment section. And guys, I want to say something on here. Not everybody can immigrate under the express entry program. I've made a detailed video before now on different ways you can immigrate to Canada. I know this video is so long. I'm so sorry about it, but it kind of breaks everything down in perspective so that you can get to understand. I hope you did enjoy my video. Please don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up. And if you're new here and you're just wondering what's all this about, or you enjoyed this vibe, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. We talk about Canada immigration. As a disclaimer, I am not an immigration consultant. I share my experience because I have passed through the system. I know what it takes and I know how to explain this to you in a layman's term, if you understand. And guys, don't forget to watch the videos that pop up on your screen. Please share my videos to your friends, your family members, and everyone who you think will be interested in my kind of videos. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, and I make my videos once a week on Sundays, and I would love to have you as a new subscriber. So thank you so much for all the support, guys. Until I see you in my very next video, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.